Have you ever dreamed big but kept delaying, telling yourself tomorrow will be the day you finally begin? If you've ever been full of ambition but short on action, then this story is written for you, and it may change the way you see your life forever. In a quiet town called Daryapur, nestled between golden hills and a wide river, there lived a young man named Zion, who was 26 years old, strong, sharp-minded, and overflowing with grand visions of the future. He would sit with his friends under the old banyan tree and say with full confidence, "Mark my words, I will build the most successful farm in this entire region. My harvests will be legendary, and people will travel from distant towns just to learn from me." And everyone who heard him truly believed he could do it. The problem was, he never started. While neighboring farmers woke before sunrise to tend their soil and bent their backs under the scorching afternoon heat, Zion stretched comfortably in the shade, spinning beautiful plans in his mind, but taking 0 steps toward making them real, because he was a master of imagining success, but a complete stranger to doing the work it actually required. One cool evening, Zion's grandfather, a weathered and wise man who had farmed the land for 50 years, came to visit. And when he walked slowly through Zion's field and saw nothing but bare, cracked, empty earth, he turned to his grandson and asked quietly, "Zion, your soil is fertile, your land is good, so why does nothing grow here?" And Zion simply smiled and replied, "Grandfather, don't worry. I've been planning everything carefully, and I will begin next week. Just wait, and you will see how magnificent it will be." The old man said nothing at first. He simply reached into the pocket of his worn coat and pulled out 2 tiny seeds, placing them gently into Zion's open palm, and said, "These are no ordinary seeds. The first is the seed of purpose, and if you plant it with care and water it with daily effort, it will grow into something that feeds you, shelters you, and brings you true wealth. But the second is the seed of delay, which needs no care at all, grows fast and wild on its own, yet slowly strangles everything else around it until nothing else can survive. Both are now in your hands, Zion, and what you choose to nurture will define your entire life." That night, Zion held the seeds and thought to himself, "Obviously I will plant the seed of purpose. I am not a fool." But when morning arrived, he felt heavy with sleep and told himself, "Just one more day. I will do it tomorrow." And a week passed, then 2, until finally, out of idle curiosity, he tossed both seeds carelessly into the ground and walked away, fully intending to care for them later, but never actually returning. Nearly a month passed before Zion walked back to his land, and when he did, he froze in shock, because the seed of delay had exploded into a jungle of thick, stubborn weeds that had taken over every inch of soil, while the seed of purpose sat pale, fragile, and barely clinging to life, starved of every drop of water and attention it desperately needed. His grandfather appeared quietly behind him and said, "Now you see the truth. A dream is exactly like that small seed, and without daily action it cannot survive. But delay needs nothing from you, and yet takes absolutely everything from you. And you wanted greatness, Zion, but you gave all your precious time to delay, and delay never gives it back." Zion dropped to his knees with tears filling his eyes, and that night he lay awake thinking about every morning he had wasted, every hour traded for comfort, every tomorrow that had already silently become yesterday. And before dawn the next morning, while the stars were still out, he rose, went to his field, and pulled every single weed out by hand, hour after hour, until his palms blistered and bled, and his back ached deeply. But he did not stop, and he watered that struggling seed every single day without fail, until slowly, the way real and lasting things always grow, it became a strong and generous tree that gave him fruit, shade, and true abundance. And Zion, the young man who once only talked about success, finally became the man who had earned it. So, remember, inside you live the same 2 seeds: purpose, which grows only when you feed it with honest effort, discipline, and daily action, and delay,
which needs nothing from you, yet quietly and patiently steals every dream you have ever had. So do not wait for tomorrow, because every tomorrow you choose is a dream that moves one step closer to dying. And the time to begin is not next week, not tonight, but right now, today, this very moment. Pull out the weeds, water your ambition, and begin.